This one's called I'm Nationwide, and it's a takeoff on I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide off of Tiguelo, and it's a great example of Billy's take on a blues. I've known this song for years, and when I was doing this course, I really started getting into it and thought to myself, wow, this is much harder rhythm guitar part than I initially thought. So let's take a look at it. You're basically playing a C blues. He never goes to the 5 chord, but for us, it's not so much about learning how to play the tune, which I suggest you do, but how we can take these ideas and put them in, to our own blues playing or rock playing. And this is one of those kind of licks and feels on a standard blues feel that I've used a lot since then. All right, so the first 2 chords, it's C, and then we go to F, basically the 2 chords in the song. So let me play the riff first on the C chord. So it's not that hard note-wise. So here we have what we call like a C5 chord. So I'm playing C and G. And I like to use my first and second finger. I find that easier than a stretch with the pinky. That's your personal preference, of course. So, sorry. And that's the first change from a standard blues that I want to address. So I'm going to play the C and the G, and then the C and the A. And then what Billy does is bars at the first finger and gets the C and the F. So work on that, get that. Now to me this lick has 2 parts. There's the first half and he kind of varies between that with no particular pattern. And there I'm just going to bar with my second finger and I get the G and the C. So put those 2 together. I'll just alternate between the 2. That's pretty cool if you ask me. And the groove is super important on it. And to me, the real pull is the ups. And if you notice, my right hand is just doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up. And I start on an up with a click, right? Well, first thing's a click, but the chord is sounded on the upbeat. So that's the key right there. That's the big thing going on. Now when he goes to his 4 chord, it's great. He does the same thing. Just drop it towards the floor, 1 set of strings. So here's my F. I have a C, and I'm going to play the D up there and my B flat here. So just the same exact fingering. Now, he does a cool little thing before the change, before he does that little kind of we got the chord. That part is he does a cool little thing that reminds me of Can You Hear Me Knockin' by the Stones. And I know Billy was a big Stones fan, talks quite a bit about it. And that, to me, that's where I hear that coming from. So I'll just play that. So there, I'm going to take my 3rd finger, and I'm on the 13th fret of your A and D string. So slide that down to 12, 10, 12. And the trick is it's coming in on that offbeat, 1, 1, and 1. And that's the thing going on here. A lot of this is this syncopated rhythm to it, a little offbeat, coming in on the offbeat, and then those ups being the real ba, 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 but if you listen to the drums, that's really played up there. Now the second part is just basically the same thing while the other guitar is doing. Now, I'd be remiss in not showing you that. There's another real Keith Richards sort of sound to me. I'm thinking the F chord. I'm playing the C note, F, and A. And I'm going to play what looks kind of like a G minor 7, but it's not. We're not putting the G in the bass. It's a B flat chord. And then we've got the same thing down here. Really common ornamentation to a chord. So on the F to the C with an F. And you should really do that a lot of tunes. Francine, Shaking Your Tree, a lot of these tunes have that little move in it. Now, the other thing that he does on a C chord is he slides from the D to the E in the bass. So it's a C triad with the third in the bass. Another really great rock and roll move. You hear him do it quite a bit. You hear everybody do it quite a bit. It's just something you definitely want to get down. And that's what the other guitar part is doing. So the main riff, that variation on the blues, I think is a great lesson in how you can take a standard old blues boogie-woogie pattern and do something different with it. And Billy's a king of this stuff. So for me, this was a great education in taking something that I thought I knew really well and putting a twist on it. And it really opened up a lot of doors for me.